Now, Poncho, when it comes to racial profiling, that's still one of the biggest issues that we have in America is the racial profiling. Talk to me a little bit about what racial profiling does and why it needs to stop. You know, we hate to talk about this subject, racial profiling, because we thought that it was done when slavery was ended. And we definitely thought it was done when blacks and whites only was finished. But today, we still have a big issue with racial profiling. And just recently here, a couple of weeks ago, I was a part of an incident. Well, not really an incident, but I said a little something. Excuse me, my goodness. That's what happens when you eat a good old breakfast, hash browns and bologna. I just said a little comment or whatever, and I guarantee you, if someone non-African American would have said what I would have said, then nothing would have been said at all. But this racial profiling here, it needs to stop and it needs to end, like dead serious, because with racial profiling, people end up getting shot, getting killed. People ended up getting convicted for a wrong sentence that they don't even know what's happened or what they done. And it needs to stop here in the world. I'm telling you, we as people in the world need to come together and need to bind together. All this saying the N-word this and the N-word that, or being called whatever racial name, and people getting shot and killed, police going after blacks, and people in general just going after people in general. It needs to stop and it needs to come to an end. Because I'm going to tell you, people get hurt, people get torn up, and the longer we if we as people don't come together and don't stick together, then the world will be bad, and more lives are going to be in danger. More people are going to get hurt and seriously injured. And as me, as a black man, I would love, in my opinion, for me, in my life, I would love to be with a white woman to mix it up. If it comes down to me, I would be with a white woman, so that way we can mix up. Because I hate seeing blacks just being with blacks, whites just being with whites, Latinos just with Latinos, and all that. I want to see people be different, and I want the world to be different. But we can't do that if we're separated and if we don't stick and bind together. But that's just me.